Hey, week 3 in lockdown. Hope you're still hanging in there. I know we are. It's getting tough though. Hey, if you're new here, welcome. Happy to have you. Can't really see you, but I'm pretty sure you look awesome. So we're going to go on to birthdays now. Now, we only got 2 this week. Noah Palmer, who turned all of 12 on Thursday. Well done, Noah. And Ruben Brewerton, who got the big 8 on Friday. I have some chocolate here just for you, but actually it's not for you, it's for me. So, ha 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 ha. Now, some of you may have noticed I've got a picture of Captain America behind me. And you may be wondering why I've got a picture of Captain America behind me. Well, it is Easter, and Captain America is a superhero. But there was another superhero who died at Easter just for us. In the Bible, John chapter 15, verse 13, it says, "Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." And it's important for us to remember at Easter time when we're having our chocolate and hanging with our family and stuff, that, Easter's about Jesus dying for us on the cross. He sacrificed himself for us, his friends, so that we go live with him in paradise one day. So yeah, it's pretty good stuff, guys.
Kia ora and welcome to Rangiora Baptist Kids at Home this morning on Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to you and your whānau. My name is Stephen and I'm taking in for Simon this morning. Now there's something you might not know about Simon, and that is he is actually a secret superhero. When he's not working at church, he is in Christchurch baking bread so we can all have our marmara toast for breakfast and our sandwiches for lunch. And over the lockdown period, he is such a master baker that they have called him in full time to make sure there is enough bread to go around. Shot Simon, you're an absolute superhero. We really appreciate it. Like I said, today is Easter Sunday, and that is a Sunday worth celebrating. And not only do we get to celebrate it as a church whānau, but we get to celebrate and be part of something way bigger with hundreds of churches all around the world. This thing is called Easter Jam, and it is happening in so many different locations all over the world, and we get to be part of it first today, and that's really exciting. There's going to be songs, there's going to be activities, there's going to be a bit of mess, there's going to be a bit of food, and we're going to have an awesome time together as a whānau. So we'd love for you all to be involved. The first thing you need to know is that this is for everyone. Kids, you're going to be leading the charge. Teenagers, we need you involved. Young adults, there is a place for you and we need you as part of this. And old adults, caregivers, aunties, uncles, grandparents, whoever is in your bubble today, we need as part of this. So have a look around. If there's anyone missing, press pause, go grab them and come back, because we are about to start this awesome Sunday together in 3, 2, 1.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Over Easter, we normally get a bit of extra chocolate, which is delicious. I love chocolate. And so this first activity today is going to be involving chocolate, sticky chocolate. So I'm going to explain how the activity works and then get my kids to demonstrate it so you can see it in action, and then you'll have a chance to do it. The first thing you need is chocolate. We're going to be using chocolate biscuits today, but you can use anything chocolate. You can use a couple of pieces of chocolate. You can use part of an Easter egg. It doesn't really matter as long as it's chocolate. Once you've got enough for everyone who's involved, that's stage 1. Stage 2 is heating it up. So put it on a plate in the microwave. The key is to heat it until it's warm and sticky, not hot and burny. Once you've done that, you are ready to go. My kids are going to demonstrate it, and then you can pause and have a go in your whānau. Kids, you're up. So here's the challenge. I've got 3 chocolate biscuits here that I've warmed up in the microwave, and so you can use whatever you're using and warm it up. In a moment, I'm going to stick them on each of the kids' foreheads, and the challenge is to get it from your forehead to your mouth the quickest. Only catches that you can't use your hands. So that you've got to wiggle and slide that all the way into your mouth until you get that delicious chocolate in your mouth. Now, are you ready to go, kids?
Yeah. My face.
Okay, are you ready?
Beautiful.
All right. I'll put them on and then I'll say go. 1. Head back, head back. 1, 2, 3, go! Now you've seen how it's done, it's your turn. Are you ready? Go! How did it go? Who won? I need to see some photos of this. You can post them to the RBC Facebook page or email them to stephen@rbc.net.nz and I'll post them for you. But we need to see some evidence of your chocolate covered faces. It went pretty well for us, apart from our first attempt at melting chocolate biscuits, which turned into some kind of biscuit lava, which is permanently embedded in the plate. But apart from that, it was pretty good. So for this next activity, we need socks, and I am talking lots and lots of socks. It doesn't matter if they're clean or they were clean once, but as long as they have a pair, they're good to go. So we're going to hit pause now, and you can go and raid everyone's sock drawers. Fill the washing basket with as many pairs of socks as you can get, and come back here. Got your washing basket and all your socks ready? Awesome work. So here's how it's going to go. You need 2 players and they are going to be the competitors in this. And you also need 2 more to be scorekeepers. If you've got more than this, then they are going to be cheering the participants on, or you can switch and have a couple of goes at this. The first thing you need to do is make sure your socks are separated. Remember, they've all got to have partners, but they've got to be separated and all mixed together. And you are going to take that laundry basket full of socks and dump it on one side of the room and then put the basket on the other side. Don't worry, the socks are going to be finding their way back there real soon. I'll say go, and when I do, you've got 60 seconds to grab a pair of socks like this, ball it up into an Easter egg kind of shape, and lob it across the room into your Easter basket / laundry basket. The person who's got the most at the end of 60 seconds is the winner. Like I said, if you miss out, you can do this as many times as you want by rewinding the video. If you don't have enough people to be your scorekeepers, that's all right. You can keep your own score, but you've got to rely on an honor system. So parents, keep an eye on you here. If you need a few moments to get everyone and everything in position, that's absolutely fine. You can pause me in a second and then I'll meet you back here. Everyone ready? Great. We're going to put a 1-minute timer on the clock. The great Easter egg throwdown is about to happen in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, family, come back in here. How did it go? Who won? Now, there's a special prize for whoever won, and it looks a lot like this. Socks! Ugh, no, that's a pretty stink prize. So parents, can you find a little something extra for whoever won and hook them up today? Hopefully you're having fun, because today is all about having fun, because it's a celebration of what Easter is all about. And if you don't know the full story of Easter, that's all right. Today, we're going to look at what makes today maybe more than any other day, such an important time to celebrate. But before we do that, I know there's a lot of friends and families who'll be wanting to hear from you. So we're going to have a few challenges come up on the screen of how you can wish Happy Easter to everyone around you. They're going to come up in a minute, and you can press pause as you do that and pick a challenge and do it together as a whānau. Or you can do them all if you really want and wish everyone around you a Happy Easter. How nice was that? And even though we're celebrating Easter a bit differently today, that's okay. It can still be happy. And it's not just happy because of the slidey chocolate biscuits or the Easter eggs or the chocolate bunnies you got today, even though those things are nice. It's a happy day because of what happened at the original Easter story 2,000 years ago. It's one of the most powerful stories on earth, but yet one of the most simple at the same time. So simple, in fact, that it can be retold using laundry.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts, and minds, and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of His own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked Him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then He died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely He was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took His body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now He was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me. Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down his life. Through God's power, he defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, he's promised to return, so we can live with him forever.
Wow, every time I hear the Easter story, it amazes me. It amazes me because God sent Jesus Christ to this earth because he is greater than anything bad that can happen in my world. And the fact that he rose back to life is proof that I can face anything bad that happens. I like to think about it like this. I can because Jesus is alive. I can keep loving because Jesus is alive. I can be brave because Jesus is alive. I can have hope because Jesus is alive. And so my question to you is, how would you add to that list? Here's my question for you as a whānau to answer. How would you fill in the blank? I can because Jesus is alive. So pause the video for a few minutes while you discuss that, and I'll wait here. Awesome. I love conversations like these because for me, remembering what God has done in the past helps me to trust him with whatever I'm facing right now. And I hope the same is true for you. And I hope you spend today making some incredible Easter memories at home with your whānau as you celebrate what God's done for you. The final challenge for today is to take a photo to remember it. You need to find the best tech genius in your house and somehow set it up so you can be all in the photo together. And as you do that, if you upload it to social media, please hashtag it EasterJam2020 and we can see you joining with everyone around the world to celebrate the good news of Jesus. After all, today is such an important day to celebrate God's faithfulness and the hope that he gives us in Jesus Christ. And that is what makes Easter so happy.
The greatest day in history. Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. When I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never
Hey guys, the thing you've all been waiting for, the results are in, the votes have been counted, and we have some
winners
in our coloring competition. Now, I've broken it up into boys, girls, and adults, so without further ado, here we go. For the boys, Fletcher, we love the patterns within your patterns and the fact that you left no visible white in your picture. Very good. Gregory, the way you contrasted the colors, they went very well together. It was fantastic. Ashton, the pen versus the pencil. Different areas stood out for different reasons. It was amazing. And Joseph, you covered all your bases, mate. It was just, everything stood out. It was so overall impressive. But we can only have one winner. And that winner is Benjamin Matthewson. The vibrancy, everything on that page just popped out and said, hello, girls. Ella, you had a very bright picture with a huge variety of colors. So many colors. Ayla, the heart on your picture really stood out. You so emphasized that heart, an important part. You obviously had a clear and steady hand when you did your picture. Briley, we loved the message in the egg. It was an excellent job. Cameron, 2 words for you.
glitter pins. Woo!
Did I say more? Olivia Behrens, it was an awesomely thatched flower, and I loved the addition of the birds and the sun in your picture. But one thing, isn't that an awfully big egg for those little birds? Just me. Chloe, an amazing rainbow patterns within those spirals. You must have had a really, really steady hand and a clear eye. Lily Davis did a fantastic job with the word Jesus. She colored it in yellow because Jesus is the light. Wow, that was fantastic. Just blew my mind. India, beg your pardon. Very bold and light. We want to be eating that egg. Samara, a phenomenal rainbow effort across the whole picture. It made us happy to look at your picture. But again, there can only be one winner. And, drum roll please. Thank you, Millie. Spectacular detail in the colors of your plant life. The whole picture just said, whoa. And finally, the adults. We only had a few entries for this one. I wonder why. Right, first of all, Mrs. Davis, Esther, your picture was very relaxing. We felt relaxed.
And I've heard on HGTV they're all about the pastels this year.
Teeny, Mrs. Laurie, we love the fact that you darkened the background, which highlighted the images, and it really brought your picture to life. And we appreciate your honesty when it came to the age. Julie, Mrs. McCartney, the fire of the hibiscus and the very faint blue background color was so whoa. But again, for the final time, you gotta be one winner. Drum roll. Mel McQuarrie, an incredible, awesome, words fail me, your shading techniques. You gave us all lessons on how to do colors and pictures and everything. And by the way, you and Julie have just volunteered to do a craft group this year for painting and coloring.